Research Methodology and Data Analysis. Lesson 3. Data Management. Data Management Process. The goal of any research is to obtain the required data, analyze these data accordingly, and write a report based on the output of data analysis. Raw data is simply a recorded measure of certain information collected to accomplish the objectives of the study. The conversion of raw data into a piece of information using appropriate statistical analysis for answering the stated research questions is called data analysis. Steps in data analysis. Data editing. Occasionally, the researcher makes mistake when recording certain responses. Some responses may be contradictory with the other, and must be verified before data can be coded. Data editing is the process in which raw data are screened for errors that might occur during sampling or data collection process. Data editing can be either field editing or in-house editing. Field editing refers to the editing made by the interviewer on the field during the interview, while in-house editing refers to the editing process made by the researcher after the interview. Purpose of data editing: to increase the accuracy and precision of the data by checking certain omissions, such as blank response on the questionnaire, legibility of handwriting, inconsistent responses, etc. The researcher can check several areas of concern, namely: a. Proper asking of questions. b. Proper recording of responses. c. Proper screening of respondents. d. Proper recording of open-ended questions. Proper asking of a question. Asking the question is one aspect of editing process to ensure that the question is properly asked to the respondent. Sometimes the interviewer forgets to ask certain questions, and as a result, the corresponding responses are missing. Proper recording of a response. At this stage, the researcher should check for the consistency of the responses. There are certain obvious inconsistencies that can be easily detected. For example, in the first question, a respondent indicated his occupation is student, but in another question the monthly income was recorded as Rm 20,000. These inconsistent responses must be rectified and edited. Proper screening of respondents. The researcher should make a proper screening of respondents to ensure that they are the targeted respondents and eligible to participate in the interview. Proper recording of open-ended responses. Responses to open-ended questions provide a highly meaningful data to the research. However, the open-ended questions are difficult to interpret. For example, one response to the question, "Why do you choose KFC restaurant instead of other fast food restaurant?" The response is, "The restaurant provides good service." Editing of a missing data. A. Go back to the respondent. B. Assigning missing values. I. The number of respondents involved in missing data is small. 2. The proportion of missing data for each respondent is small. 3. The missing data are not on the main variables in the study. Excluding missing responses. I. The proportion of respondents with missing data is small, less than 10%. 2. The sample size taken in the study is large. 3. The respondent with missing data has similar characteristic with other respondents in the study, e.g. demographic, gender, social class, etc. 4. The proportion of missing data for each respondent is large and it is impossible to edit. V. The missing data involved is the main variables in the study. Data coding. After the editing and cleaning process of raw data is completed, these data have to be coded in order to facilitate data entry. If the data is not coded systematically, it will cause the lack of clarity of data, which will result later in serious confusion in the analysis. Data coding refers to the process of identifying and classifying each response with a numerical score or symbol. Generally, codes are numbers or symbols. However, codes are broadly defined as rules for interpreting, classifying, and recording the data. In this process, the researcher must specify the column position, number of variable, name of variable, and coding instructions. Data coding. Coding will facilitate the process of transcribing the data from the questionnaire into the computer. In the coding process, the researcher will look through every question and each response to prevent confusions, especially when there are many questions in a questionnaire and a large number of respondents in the study. Customer contacts. Variable name. Know of questions. Variable label. Value of responses. Example 1. Question number. Column number. Variable name. Types of data. Variable label. Values or responses. Scale measures. Please continue the following lesson. Thank you for watching.